All right. Welcome back to another YouTube channel. What's going on, guys? As you can see, I'm building the habit. I'm building basically um, these channels from almost zero when I'm posting YouTube videos without any transition, without any editing or something like that. Just me and you on this talk, this video, where we are trying to be 100% straight and honest. So yeah, in today's video, you're gonna see the title, "The Courage to Be Disliked," and I want to talk about this because this is a special mention. I'm reading this book already, and it's been one of the best decisions that I have ever made so far because this book it makes me realize me in the past, like 3 4 years ago, when I was starting into this, new version of myself, where I was focused on working out and trying to start building this idea of teaching people online how to get in shape and how to basically start into calisthenics and get a better physique and a better lifestyle. And it's really interesting because on this book, I'm listening to this audiobook, so it's like for me it's easier, okay, but I'm also reading books. I have the physical book as well, but for me it's like I can go deeper on my thoughts when I'm walking around here or around there, like whatever. um, and I feel like this, like I'd say, this book it makes me realize the importance of basically take the responsibility, and you don't have to be that person uh, with that, I don't know, lifestyle, with that I don't know, habits, if you don't want to. Okay, that makes sense because most of you guys are doing stuff just because other people's tells you or advice, like your parents or the people that you surround, and you are scared of taking your own decisions just because they maybe are gonna say that that's not a good choice, or you are making a wrong decision, and you are gonna feel bad because of that. You are scared of those reactions. And there is I'm actually in this chapter 27, where the book is like a conversation with an old man and with a young guy, who is basically asking those questions that we are going to ask as well if someone is teaching us this new Japanese philosophy, which is really interesting. I recommend you go to YouTube or Google and just both buy the book, and you're gonna find really interesting. But coming back to what I was saying, this book is interesting because it's like these persons, this conversation from someone who wants to understand but they don't understand how to apply, and from someone who is already living with this philosophy for a very long time. So it's really easy for not easy, but it's really simple to understand because it breaks down every single step. So it's really easy to take action and start applying all the things. And the reason of this video is because I remember myself when I was making this decision of like which person I want to be in the future when I was like 18 years old. And that moment, it was the moment when I started realizing, without reading these books, just on my thoughts, that I want to be a different person that my parents expect, or a different lifestyle, and there is nothing wrong with that. But in that period, it was like out of my mind, thinking in that way. It was really hard because my parents' opinion, it really affect me in a negative and in a positive way, whatever. Because what is negative or what is positive, it depends your point of view and what you can learn from both. And that's another concept that I want to talk about, but in a different video, like in another video. So coming back to that, um, I was taking the decision to change myself and basically start working in something completely different that my parents recommend. And there is nothing wrong on being the person that not too many people understand or not too many people likes, because at the end of the day this is your own life and you have the power on your hands to change if you want, no matter what, no matter what other people think about you. Because let me tell you one thing which is actually true, but if you're on 20s, 30s or 40s, and if you got kids or if you don't have kids, it doesn't make sense, because you can make the click when it's time to make the click. At my time, it was at 18 years old and 19 when I was, looking for more. I was focused on how can I live a different life of my parents, because I was tired of that, circle. So I want to do more. I want to reach or, live different than my parents or than my people that was around me. And at the end of the day, if you want to help someone and if you want to, show the journey, that's the wrong decision. Because imagine someone is going to take action when it's time and some doors open from the other side. And even if you want to change, it really depends how much you want to change, how much you want it, because that is all about. And if if you have to imagine if you have to imagine, two sides from, this 0 point where you know how much you want it and how much it requires. If you want it really hard, you are gonna do whatever it takes to be in that place where you want to be. So imagine this is like the reaction of all the peoples or the situations that is going to happen if you take those decisions. If those actions, sorry, if your thoughts, if your energy in terms of frequency is higher because you really believe that you are able to reach those goals that you want to reach in the future, no matter what, you are gonna make it, because it's all about of how much you want it. And if some stuff goes wrong or goes in a negative way, you have to take, you have to have, you have to, sorry, you have to live or try to incorporate this philosophy where you can learn from what you have done and all the negative stuff to make it better in the future. That's what it takes to be in the next step or in the next level that you want to be in the future. Whatever, I don't know, your dream physique, your dream lifestyle where you are living by your own. So it really, it doesn't really matter what your goals is. It's more important the mentality that you bring with yourself during this process, because that is all about. I'm sorry because of my English again. I think I'm getting better. What I'm trying to say is, if your thoughts, if your goals are uh, high enough to, say to yourself, I'm gonna make it. I believe that I can do this. I do really believe that I'm able to reach this point, no matter all the reactions of all the peoples or all the other stuff that is going to happen in the future because of those goals. You are gonna still uh, make it, just because it's about how much you want it. And I say goals, but the title of this video is the courage. The courage is really important, because you have to, learn and be a different person, because if not, you are gonna find this circle that if you are doing the same thing, you are going to have the same results. That's what I say to myself 1, 2, 3, and like more than 100 times. Because if I want to live a different life, I have to take different decisions. And that's the most important part. Because if you have a strong thoughts, you are going to take the decisions that requires to be in that place, like that imaginary place, to reach that goal that you have. Okay, that's the only thing that matters. And there is nothing wrong on taking your own decisions or taking your own journey, because it's your life. And I mean, as long as you do what you want, and as long as you apply all of the things what I'm saying, you are gonna have different results. Okay, just because you are doing something different, you are gonna be out of your comfort zone. So you have to be prepared to be, how can I say, to be prepared to unexpected things, because that is all about. And if you are here and you want to have, you want to reach those goals, but you want to have everything prepared, you are wrong from zero. Let me tell you why. Because when I started teaching people, or the idea of teaching people from my country. Nowadays, I'm teaching all around the world. Not because of we are living in a digital era. Sorry. Just when you start making these decisions, when you start going out of your comfort zone, you have to be prepared of, how can I say, of what is going to happen next. You don't have that under your control. So you have to adapt yourself and do better 1% every day, basically. That is all about. And imagine that not too many people understand this point, and they are failing, and they keep failing it just because they're not understanding how it works. And you can actually learn from your mistakes and all the things that are going wrong now. It doesn't mean that you are gonna not making it. You are gonna make it. But when it's time, and you cannot predict when it's going to happen. What you can predict is the actions that you are taking every day, and that is all about. And that's it for today. I just want to mention this this book, because I feel like it's one of the books that is really easy to understand. And if you're starting on this journey of self-improvement, I think it's a good start, because you are gonna have like different thoughts, and you can ask yourself different questions that you never asked before. And I feel like it's one of the best books that I have ever listening so far. So yeah, hope to see you on the next one, and thank you guys for watching the videos. I know that my English not is gonna be like is not perfect yet, but I'm keep trying it. And this is like the real proof of someone who is starting from zero, something new. I'm out of my comfort zone, so I'm happy to have at least 10 views, because I know those 10 people are going to have this different impact from me and from these videos. That if you are smart and you want to live a different life, and you want to reach your dream physique, you are going to start applying this. So yeah, hope to see you on the next one.